This woman, Mrs. Meyerson, was my good friends, my learning buddy. We learned Torah together. We learned the Bible together. Charlie Meyerson, his wife, Mrs. Meyerson, Robin Meyerson, 20, 30 years ago, they were going through all the stuff and they realized what do I want to have in my boxes? The students of the Baal Shem Tov have taught in his name, your life is your message to the world. Make sure you inspire. Your life is the message to the world. Make sure it's inspiring. Your life is your message to the world. Make sure it's inspiring. Let's talk to ourselves. Let's make sure our life is inspiring. What do we want to do for the world? How do we want to impact the world? Now, one of my good friends, Asher, a great therapist, look him up. I can send you his number. He has his clients do an exercise to write their own eulogy. These are guys in recovery, writing about who their best self. What would their values look like? What would it be for them to, after they die, to look back? What do they want in their boxes? What do they want other people to be left with, to deal with, to see? What imprint do they want to make on the world? And so I think that students of the Baal Shem Tov in his name are teaching us that we really need to think about what impact do we want to have on the world? Can we make it inspiring? Can we make it, wow, we leave an imprint to really make people want to grow and continue on whatever legacy we have begun. Happens to be yesterday when all of these things were happening and I was learning all of this, and I learned the other thing 2 days ago. That a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, and someone I had the privilege of working with, and his family were in town in Scottsdale, and he died young. Really young. Some emotional struggles and Parkinson's, and happenstance worked out that he couldn't get the emergency vehicle in time, and they couldn't even break into the apartment. Such good locks, good doors. It was really a shame. Really difficult circumstances. But everywhere he went, he was inspiring. He just had this charm about him, into sports cards, into selling gear, selling everything on the internet. He was a macher. He knew how to do it, but he had a way of just lifting people up, of inspiring them. And when I hear this teaching, I really think of him. And it's funny that the very day, if you believe in serendipity, I believe in it times 1,000 after all I've seen, that he is always inspiring to the world. And this was the very same day I was learning this teaching at our synagogue. His parents reached out to me and to say hello, and it was so great to hear from them. And even that very same day, first time in a long time, my friend told me that one of our friends, his mom passed away, and there was a funeral, Levaya. So okay, so off I went. I was able to go because God, 2 of my coaching hours had been canceled, and I was able to get to this funeral and to hear everyone talk about, again, this woman is so inspiring. So it's amazing to realize that Torah is alive, and the teachings that come to us are not for any reason. If you're hearing this, it's for a reason. So let's take it to heart and really think about what do we want in our boxes, and how can we, like the holy Mrs. Meyerson, who allowed this experience to change her. She began to go down a path seeking God, seeking purpose. And let's ask ourselves, what are we doing in this world, and how do we want to change? And this holy brother of mine, Graham Frankel, everywhere he went, he would just bring life and bring out the best in people. And so I say we should inspire ourselves, and just like him who said, teach me something from the Torah, bring me something of life, we should all bring joy and seek purpose at all times and all ways, like the holy Baal Shem Tov students are telling us. And our life and how we live is a message to the world. How, not just what, how we live and what we do. Let's make it inspiring. Let's follow their teachings, and let's bring good to ourselves and others. Have a blessed, blessed day and week.